been in a protected lull, not knowing if it's going to be rough out there or if it's going to be good.
So as you can probably imagine, I'm a bit nervous.
I thought we'd turn the corner and see Lake Michigan, and all we see is a big wall of fog. Not exactly the weather we wanted to cruise in. It's definitely not nice out here.
So I'm staying downstairs because I don't like the rocky rolly feeling.
It's a delivery, not a trip today.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning from Saugatuck, Michigan.
We hope you enjoyed our last vlog going through downtown Saugatuck and exploring the areas. And today it has officially been 1 week since our last cruise. So sometimes some amount of time passes in between our videos, and that is purely because of weather. Sometimes work, but in this case, weather.
Which we were working anyway during that time.
Yes. Now Lake Michigan, they say after September, and it becomes very fickle. The winds change pretty frequently and the winds are pretty high. And we've seen that this week. The forecast for yesterday when we were trying to leave was 1 to 2 feet swell. And then it was raised to 1 to 3, and then 2 to 4, and then 3 to 5. So it was a no-go for us. And today, the swell is higher than we would normally cruise. It's 2 to 4 on NOAA, but we're gonna experiment with it. We're gonna try to stay close to shore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it piece by piece, bit by bit.
And we listen to multiple sources for weather, so our other sources say it's looking good.
Yeah,
so
Windy says it's pretty good. It's like less than 1 foot swell, around 10 knots of wind, a little bit less, and it's out of the east, which is why we're going today. Because we're traveling along the eastern shore of Michigan and the wind's coming out of the east, we have some protection.
Right.
Well, that's the theory, at least.
Yeah, and the worst case is that if it's too rough, we turn around and we come back. Or we go a few miles and we tuck into another little city. And the reason why I'm saying this is that we have no idea what our end goal is today.
Just like a lot of days.
Just like a lot of days, but today specifically. So we'll find out where we go.
We'll find out, you'll find out. You'll know the same time we do. Or a month later. It's a good start. Now, our plan for Lake Michigan thus far has been 1 to 2 feet on NOAA and then a corresponding good window on Windy. So basically the two systems telling us the same thing. Now, they aren't exactly in the same locations. The NOAA forecast that we've been looking at has been 5 nautical miles out from the coast to the center of the lake. So as that is, it means there's a little bit more fetch. That's pretty much like in the worst case scenario, like in the middle of the lake, right? But we still want a good forecast like that, because even though we're not today we're not going through the middle of the lake. It's just all related. You know, if the middle of the lake kicks up a lot, the sides and the shores are going to be feeling it. But the only reason why we're pushing it today is because we've been here for a week and the next week looks the exact same on the forecast. And today the wind is out of the east, which is perfect for our cruise direction because we have the land protection the entire day. And then tomorrow we have wind out of the south. We're in like the southern third of Lake Michigan right now, but if we make it to the really southern part of it, then we should also have no fetch, which will make cruising a breeze. There's a lot to think about. We are coming to the moment, folks, where we can see Lake Michigan. Saugatuck is like kind of far in the Kalamazoo River, at least like 15 minutes. So we've been cruising for a solid 15 at least. And it's all no wake, so it's not something you can do fast. So we've been in a protected lull, not knowing if it's gonna be rough out there or if it's gonna be good. The forecast, we didn't leave. We wouldn't have left if we didn't think it was gonna be good, but still, you don't know until you're there.
So as you can probably imagine, I'm a bit nervous. This is our 5th time cruising on Lake Michigan ever, and I don't like rocky, rolly seas, so I am nervous, and I did not sleep last night. But I'm hoping that I'm pleasantly surprised by the cruise today. Hoping.
Well, I thought we'd turn the corner and see Lake Michigan, and all we see is a big wall of fog. Not exactly the weather we wanted to cruise in. We've heard some stories about fog on Lake Michigan, and it wasn't in the forecast. Like, NOAA has said heavy fog or light fog or dense fog or whatever on the different forecasts we've seen like the past few weeks. So that's unfortunate for us. So we're gonna go out into the deep. We're gonna turn on our nav lights. We don't have AIS or radar on pivot. We're gonna turn on marine traffic so we can sort of see AIS of other boats. And then we're going to be using our foghorn, blasting it at the correct intervals. Well, we're gonna look it up because I always forget, but I think it's like 2 blasts every 2 minutes. And we gotta put on our life jackets. Now that we're at the lighthouse, it doesn't look as bad as what it did back there. It's not split pea soup. Like, you can see maybe a mile or 2 out. Like, I can see a barge pretty far out. So I think we're good. We don't see any like big waves or whitecaps, but in this like break wall out of here, it's kind of like a washing machine a little bit. Like, you're just like, the boat's just moving with like swell. Well, it's definitely not nice out here. It's not rough, like it's not very swelly, or at least the swell is in the right direction for us, but the boat's not moving around too much is what I'm trying to say. And the wind is just pretty strong. It's supposed to be around 10 knots all day, considering we're going in the direction sort of opposite. It's like southeast and we're going south, and then so we're getting it on the east too. Because of that, it's just like a very strong wind because we're going 7 knots into it, so it's like 17, feels like apparent. So we're just going to turn on some music, buckle down, and kind of get the cruise over with. There's nothing really nice so far. Hopefully the fog clears up and we can get some views of the pretty coast. But other than that, it's just a movement. It's a delivery, not a trip today.
is 9:30 and we've been cruising on Lake Michigan for about an hour and a half. Fog is finally gone. It wasn't really, I mean, I just ran the foghorn. We didn't see anybody, and we've been looking at Nebo. There's been quite a few other boats that are also cruising around our area, and there's some chatter on the radio, but all is good. The cruise is better now that you can see, but it's been pretty fine. There's very large swell, like it's like ocean swell, like it's just like as though it's coming up and coming down. But if you're not familiar with how swell affects your boat, it's not just the height of the swell that matters, it's how long the period is for the waves coming. And so we have a very long period, which means that you don't really feel it at all. It kind of looks weird when you look off in the distance and you see like a big wave coming up, but then it comes by and you don't even notice it came by. Conversely, if there was a very short period and high waves, that's when it gets dangerous.
Well, Elliot's at the helm upstairs. I'm staying downstairs because I don't like the rocky rolly feeling at all. And so the higher you are up, the more that you feel it because of the pitch, I guess, with each wave or each like motion. So I'm staying downstairs.
We passed South Haven and I talked to Jen and we said, let's keep going. It's not too bad. And now we're about 40 minutes out of St. Joseph, which was our second kind of stop along the Michigan coast here. So I'm gonna ask Jen what she thinks about continuing because we are late in the season. It's been a week since we had another good cruising window. We kind of do need to keep moving and get to Chicago as much as we would love to take our time and explore these towns. So we're gonna have a little powwow, we'll show and Joe powwow to see if we should continue going to Michigan City, which is all the way on the southern coast of Lake Michigan, and it'll be in another state. It's Indiana, folks. It's also another 5 hours, which means we'll also check the weather for this afternoon and make sure it continues to look good.
Just came upstairs. Although it's not the best day cruising, it is really not that bad for Lake Michigan. So we are gonna continue on. We are currently passing Benton Harbor, St. Joseph, and we're gonna try our next, I think, destination would be New Buffalo. But we're gonna take it one step at a time. It's not my favorite, so I'm gonna go downstairs.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It'll all be over soon.
Yeah.
Woo! Babe, guess what?
We're in Indiana?
We're in Indiana!
Hey, state number 11.
State 11!
That's awesome. We did it!
Woo!
You know what?
What?
We got here by boat. Our boat.
Yes, we did. And we are only 3 nautical miles away from our destination, which has become Michigan City, Indiana. They have a free wall here, which is our goal. It would be nice to stay for free, considering the wind is out of the south tomorrow, and we're on the south side of Lake Michigan. So we should be able to just leave tomorrow and finish Lake Michigan, maybe. Today turned out to be a very, very fine cruise.
Not great, not bad, just very okay. We are happy with a normal cruise. Oh, it feels kind of crazy, and I really am looking forward to tomorrow.
Been sitting at the bow, just like with my back against the glass, and that's kind of been my best spot that I found for like taking the swell and not feeling too like anxious about it, and just letting it just accepting it and just letting it roll and like feeling comfortable, not feeling nervous. So that's kind of been a very good thing for me to understand, because being up here on the fly bridge is just not, you feel the rocking so much more than you do when you're like lower. So that's been a personal win today.
We have made it! Now let's just go see if this wall is a thing. Hopefully it is, because I really don't want to cruise anymore today. I'm tired. 9 hours. It looks open.
Hopefully.
There we go. That's our spot for the night. Doesn't that look great? Next to a highway, but that's okay. That's alright.
Baby.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Bye. Thank you.
What do you think? Not a bad place to spend the night, eh?
Yeah, pretty good.
It's a free wall. It doesn't get much better than that.
We haven't had a free wall in quite some time. Like city free wall. That's amazing.
What do you think, Ollie? Are you happy with where we're spending the night?
She said, I need to use the bathroom, Dad.
Oh, you want to go for a walk? Oh, look at that little pool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. High five.
Here, let me get.
Can you give me a high five? No, she's like, I'm gonna fall in the water.
Hi.
Well, I was trying to dock the boat today without using the bow thruster at all. Of course, there's not a lot of current or wind here, and there's not any boats, which is why I wanted to practice. And we went without a hitch. Not that I don't like using the bow thruster. I love the bow thruster. I nickname it the cheat code. It's just trying to be a little bit prepared in the situation where the bow thruster fails, which could happen anytime. This is turning out to be a fantastic place to stay. You have this park right next door. I mean, there's road noise from the highway, which really doesn't bother us. It's not bad at all. It is a little warm. So it was like freaking cold this morning, and now it's like, feels like it's 90 in the boat, so.
Yeah, you were literally starting to do long johns.
I know, I was wearing long johns this morning. We put up our forward window covers to really help with the light and the heat that comes in, since we are facing west. Not bad. What are you cooking for dinner?
I'm cooking spicy vodka pasta.
Hey, I love the spicy vodka pasta.
Yeah, it's super easy, so that's what we're going for today.
Ollie, are you gonna get some of the spicy vodka pasta?
Absolutely.
Come on, give me a high five.
She said, I love spicy vodka pasta.
That's right. We are gonna end our night with this delicious dinner that Jen made and some YouTube to unwind.
Yeah, we are very tired from today.
Yeah.
Even though Elliot did like 95% of the work.
It's a joint effort. We're on this boat together.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was pulling the team today. So.
Tomorrow, I think we're gonna try to go to Chicago, so we need to keep in mind the weather. Hopefully we get to see a little bit of Michigan City before we go.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope to see you tomorrow on America's Great Loop.
You'll know the same time we do.
A month after, but you know.
Or a month later.
All right, Ollie, get down.
Still, you'll see.
Get down.
But hopefully we get to see a little bit of Michigan City. Hopefully we get to see a little bit of Michigan City.